this part is for the people in chat, the mods and subscribers who actually care. If you've watched Hold On become the norm, if concern gets flipped back on you, I wasn't nodding, I was thinking, or if the same crises keep returning while fundraisers shift and stretch, your kindness might be getting rerouted into harm. This isn't about blame, it's about skills. Today we're separating support from enabling, how to set boundaries without shaming, why prove it on stream backfires, and what to do when the healthiest move is to log off. If this stings a little, it's because you care. Take a breath, let's talk about helping without harm.
Also, you're teaching that drug addict what they can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
So these people have taught her that she can literally get away with anything.
Yep.
I watched it for almost a year and a half now, and again, you guys are killing her. So I hope you know that.
Another thing too, though, two things I want to address. One, six up on what you're saying. To me, dealing with a drug addict is like dealing with a child. You cannot let them get away with stuff. You cannot not put your foot down. Even if you love that child, and you cannot let them get away with whatever they want just because they throw a hissy fit.
Oh, I was thinking, I wasn't doing that. I was just, and that's something too that, is common in addiction.
It's
Gaslighting.
traumatizing.
And it also it traumatizes the person that you're, that's calling you out for that behavior, because they know what they're seeing.
I mean, do I think that a lot of the haters and nodding out, people aren't going to ignore that.
Cookie Slammer, I don't know who exactly you're speaking to.
What it's gonna take, I think, is for her subs to finally have enough of the hold-ons, the complete streams that are mostly 75% of sleeping, gasping for air sounds, and realize that they're being gaslit, and they have to walk away. And
that's where Brittany's at.
Or she does recognize it, but just won't admit it to us. And that's another thing. I hear people say she doesn't owe YouTube anything, but she does, because her YouTube, it just like if you were at a job and you were getting high and your boss put you in rehab, you do owe them an apology. You do owe them to know, like, yes, I was getting high on the job and I apologize and I'm sorry. In that respect, she does owe her subs a sorry. She does owe it to her subs to come clean. Does she owe complete strangers? No. I mean, technically we're complete strangers, but you know what I mean. But she does owe her community a sorry when she's ready to come clean. She does, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, and that I agree with you, but that would come that would come months down after treatment, sobriety, all that, because it would have to be genuine, right? Not when she I'm just keeping it real, guys. It's not gonna fucking happen. It's not gonna happen.
Does she owe her haters? No. But maybe and this is just, I'm just throwing this out there, maybe with enough, like, all right, in order for anyone to come clean, you have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired, period. It's an old saying, but it's very true. You have to finally say enough is enough. I don't want to live like this anymore. I can't live like this anymore. I have to do this for my children, whatever your reason is. But you have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. And maybe, just maybe, something will trigger with her, with all these people coming after her. Like, all right, enough is enough. I want to get my shit together. Maybe it's possible.
She told in that recording that she plays, she tells them, "Oh, we're strapped with cameras. Where are they?"
Wow. And then we found out she's still driving on a donut. Then the windows combusted out of the van.
tell that she's active addiction. Toothache, just got thousands of dollars. Craig's got a watch and a ring, and she goes to get Dent Pack for her tooth. Okay, Dent Pack ain't gonna do it. You have, first of all, she has medical coverage. She has enough money to go get it taken care of, but yet she doesn't. She just continues to
Well, 6.
medicate.
The tooth problem rolls around. It's like a recurring.
That's true too.
Absolutely, she does.
And if you can't see
Absolutely.
that, then I don't know what to tell you, Cookie Slammer.
Taken together, this isn't one dramatic night, it's a pattern. When gaslighting meets repeat emergencies and chat pressure, kindness can accidentally keep the cycle spinning. So let's pivot from calling it out to changing it. Next, I'll share a practical playbook for mods and subs, clear boundary scripts, a quick fundraiser sanity check, when to log off, plus real resources, safety planning, Narcan access, and how to match your support to the stage of change. This part is about helping without harm.
The
6 up, what is the answer? That's my quote. She won't admit it. She won't own it. What is the answer? Just shut up and say
my answer is always tough love, because that's what worked for me. That's what worked for the people that I know found recovery in my life. And I know that's what worked for me. I can remember being active addiction and being so cold and being outside, and my mom having this nice big house with my kids in it, because she had my kids, and I called her and I was like, all I need is a shower, Mom, and I want to come over and take a shower, and I just want to get warm. And she didn't have it. And that was one of the days that I'll never forget, because I sat behind a speedway with my husband shivering, shooting up dope. And I didn't want to do that anymore. It wasn't comfortable. So, yeah, uh, not make the addict comfortable. Anything that you do to make that addict comfortable, you're only harming them. I know you want to help, but you're not. You're literally harming them. So I need people to understand that in order to, it takes a lot of, it takes a really big selfless person to care about somebody that much that you're willing to cut off all ties with them and tell them, you reach out to me when you want help, when you're ready for treatment, I'll be here. Until then, I have nothing for you. Nothing.
Like, for example, did you ever watch the show Intervention on A&E?
Oh yeah, many times.
Laura? Okay, so you remember when they would, before, like, they'd have all the people that they cared about the most, and they're saying, and they would like give their ultimatums to the addict, like, if you don't go to treatment today, I won't be there for you anymore. I will not give you money anymore. You cannot see, you can, while I have custody of your kids or whatever the situation is, you will not be allowed to visit your kids while you're under the influence of that is what it takes. Sitting them down and saying,
She doesn't even have a safety plan, wouldn't even know what that meant, Laura. She wouldn't even know. I posted it multiple times trying to tell people, if you care about this girl, you should be in the background right now. I'm going to say it again. The domestic violence hotline. Go to the website. There's a safety plan on there. Help Britney make a safety plan for her and those boys to get the fuck out.
Now,
That's what y'all should be working on.
I also want to say,
it is a recipe for disaster. I just wish she really would listen and go get Narcan and get it in the house and put it everywhere in the house.
I have Narcan. When I was I put in a chat. I didn't know if it would go. I thought it was blocked, so I didn't know it would go through. But I said something about, please make sure that there's, like, to the effect of getting Narcan in her house. And I have Narcan. I mean, I would be happy to send it, just, but there's, I mean, I even got an extra one because I was like,
I mean, it costs
$38
It costs $38 at Walgreens. I'm sure she can pick up a couple vials herself,
Well, there's also, like, where I live, I mean, I've been doxed out from here to Sunday, but I live in Nashville, and there's a program here where they actually have vending machines, and you can go and
Yes, they
you
have it in
just
Cincinnati too. Yep.
and it's free, completely free, and you just so depending on where you're located, and if anybody ever needs medications and can't afford that $36 or whatever it is, um, I'll be happy to go,
Well, I would point out too that you can also just Google free Narcan. You can put in shatterproof.org is an amazing organization. They will hook you up with Narcan, get it sent out right away. So there are many organizations that can make sure that you have it. But again, in the United States, it's really simple to get. Just go to your local pharmacy and you can pick it up.
YouTube kick me out. People coming after her, like, all right, enough is enough. I want to get my shit together. Maybe it's possible, right?
Nah, nah. Because no, because that's what fuels her being a perpetual victim and allows her to come on here and crowdsource more and say, I am the victim and blah 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 blah. When you hear nothing from Britney's channel and she is in treatment getting certain things off the street and they're not what they think that she's getting.
oh,
So that happens a lot, especially now. Um,
mm-hmm.
and especially in the area of the region of the nation that she's in. So I want to point that out too. I heard something about a certain blue. I'm just going to say she's most likely addicted to something that she doesn't even know she's addicted to, even
What do you mean?
because I mean that okay, the last time I relapsed, one of my drugs of choice is benzos. I'll just say benzos. I won't say the name of the drug.
Okay.
Benzos. So I thought that I was buying them from somebody off the street, and it turned out that I was buying fentanyl, and I was doing it for 2 or 3 months, and I had no idea. They tasted like them and everything because they cut them. They put a little, just enough of the Xanax in there with them, so you have that. But yeah, I found out through, thank God, because at the time I was on maintenance medication. I went in to be tested and they tested me and they asked me, why are you positive for fentanyl? And that's how I found out. So yeah.
See,
And
I don't
it's
understand it.
scary.
Why do dealers fuck with fentanyl? Like, you can kill someone and then you got a murder charge, not a drug dealing charge.
It it
Because it doesn't take very much, Laura, and it's cheap.
yeah.
That's why.
And the other thing is, it's that's scary about these street drugs is that you have these in the past when people were manufacturing pills at their house, like, at home or whatever, and selling them on the streets, you could usually tell the difference between that and something that was manufactured by,
Right.
but these pill presses and how they're making them are so different than how they used to be that they look very similar, if not,
Yeah.
At all. Can I talk a little bit about that, Laura?
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. So like I did a little bit when I did my live stream, but there's let me see, 5 different stages. They call them stages of recovery from addiction. Okay. So the stage one is the pre-contemplation phase, and that's denial of the problem. That is what I would say that Brittany is in. She's in the denial of the problem. It occurs the individual recognize that they're an addict, but not a problem, right? It's not a, they may recognize it, still not a problem, right? The second stage is contemplation. They're considering change. They're considering reducing, they're going to stop a little bit. They're starting to weigh the pros and cons. They're probably not ready for treatment, but they're talking about it or kind of hitting around it. That's that phase. Then you get to stage three. That's the preparation. You're actually planning for your sobriety. You're talking to your family about where you're going to go. You're making plans. You're reading about it. all the things. You're preparing for your sobriety. Then there's the action phase where you are actually going in and you are getting treatment. Your confidence is going to increase. You're getting positive impact on your life. You're getting in therapy. All the things are happening. You're getting a relapse prevention plan, which is what I recommend for every single person in recovery to right away get a relapse prevention plan because you will relapse. Stage 5 is maintenance, and that's sustaining your sobriety. So those are the stages that I'm talking about. When I mention them, and a lot of people are like, "What the hell?" That's all I'm talking about is the different phases. And she's at the first one. She is in complete denial. She doesn't recognize it as a problem. There's no preparation. There's no plan for sobriety. That's where Brittany's at. You know what I mean? You see what I'm trying to say? Like a lot of them are probably still active
Yeah.
addiction. A lot of them are also vulnerable. I could go on and on and on. They're just not healthy. They don't have they are very easily
Well,
manipulated.
Codependency, like with through
but the ones
in
that I've
terms.
seen, I've inter the ones that I've interacted with, the ones that come in my chat, they just don't know addiction. And that's what's so frustrating. And if they do know addiction, they don't have much sobriety to truly understand. And that's what I've
Or
noticed as well.
Mods and subs aren't clinicians or ATMs, you're guardrails. Support looks like health first, totally okay to end early, sharing real-world resources, helping with safety planning, and keeping Narcan on hand. Enabling looks like funding repeat emergencies, moving goalposts, or demanding public proofs that keep someone performing instead of resting. If boundaries are met with gaslighting or pressure, you're allowed to step back. Disengaging can be an act of care. Real fans would rather wait for a healthier tomorrow than watch someone struggle tonight. Resources are in the description, use them if you need them. You matter more than the content.